Grind City Media right here in Chicago at the NBA Draft Combine at Wintrust Arena. I'm Michael Wallace, joined by Grizz legend Tony Allen. No one knows more about what this kind of week means as prospects try to increase their resumes for NBA draft potential. Tony, when you look back at a week like this, now obviously it's the 20th anniversary of your NBA draft moment in 2004, going number 25 overall to the Boston Celtics. What was this week like for you back in 2004 when you had a chance to get on the floor and compete with some of the other top prospects?
Oh, it was a great opportunity that was going to help me provide for my family. I thought this time was make or break. I had put in a lot of work in college. I thought this right here was going to get me over the hump. Looking at the mock draft, I always thought I was going to be second round, maybe probably late first round, early second, but I thought this, particularly the combine itself, helped me get in the first round.
What are some of the things that are going through these prospects' minds? I mean, all of the top prospects are here. This year, the new CBA rule calls for all players who are draft eligible to go through testing, measurements, some scrimmage activities. How important is that, and what do you remember going through your mind at this point?
Oh, just seek and destroy. I'm trying to get ahead. For sure, because everybody's looking at that mock draft, whether they talk about it or not, and they trying to move up. And then you see guys that you know you better than, and you just want to get out here and impress the GMs. Because my whole mindset when I was playing is like, I don't need all 30 teams to like me. I just need that one. And if I can impress just that one team, and hey, my dream has come true, So this is the time to put your game on right now.
When you go back to 2004 and some of the names at the top of the draft, obviously that was the Dwight Howard and Emeka Okafor. But then you go through the list of other guys that you were in that range with. When you finally had your name called, what did it mean for you and your family to get to this point in the NBA draft?
It meant a lot. Obviously you have a lot of butterflies leading up to that point. You don't know what's going to happen. Are you going to get drafted? You may not get drafted. What are you going to do if you don't get drafted? Things of that nature. And you're also looking for guys in that top range. Like at the time, it was Ben Gordon, J.R. Smith, Iguodala. You're looking for those workouts to try to impress the GMs. And if you don't get those opportunities, it kind of be weary leading up to the draft day. So, but it's definitely one of those times where you just got to soak in the moment when it happened. But for me, it was a dream come true.
Now, we know about the measurements, we know about the scrimmages, but when you get a chance to sit down in the interview sessions with some of the teams, what are some of the things you remember about how you had to present yourself in front of executives?
Believe it or not, man, I really didn't pay attention to all that, man. I'm talking about the drills. I just wanted to get out there and scrimmage and show them I can actually play basketball. But most importantly, I did show them that I had good character, I had a great sense of humor, and showed them I just love to play the game of basketball. And I didn't really think, now that I look back, that they actually pay attention to all this stuff.
And now, obviously, 20 years later, you're back home in Chicago. What does that feel like? 20 years ago, you were in the draft class, you got drafted. Now you're back in Chicago seeing this play out behind us all over again.
Well, looking at this arena at Wintrust, it looks pretty impressive, bright lights. When I played, it was at like one of those little small, what is it called, Moody Bible? Yeah, Moody Bible, man. It was like one of a sweatbox, man. I was talking about, I was in there ready to just go, man. But this looks exciting, and 20 years is making me feel old, but old and wise, I could say. And I'm definitely excited to be here.
There you go, 20 years veteran of the NBA draft, NBA champion with the Boston Celtics, Mr. Grit and Grind himself with the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies will go into next month's NBA draft with the number 9 overall pick. They have a couple of second-round picks as well, too. The work continues this week in Chicago at the NBA Combine.